So what movie made $18 million in its first month in 1981? A box office hit, but nobody talks about anymore. Well, probably because of a lawsuit that was brought against it. And if I ever said this out loud, maybe I would get sued. So today we're talking about one of the biggest ripoffs in movie history. It's something called Great White, or called also in Italy, The Last Shark, L'ultimo squalo. This 1981 Italian horror film directed by Enzo G. Castellari, having originally been assigned to Rogerio Diotto. In the film, James Franciscus and Vic Moore attempt to save hundreds of swimmers at a coastal resort after a large great white shark start terrorizing the area and eating tourists. The film did extremely well at the box office, grossing over $18 million its first month in the States. However, its North American release was later blocked after the filmmakers were accused of plagiarizing Jaws. Came out in 1975. So Mark Princi did the screenplay, produced by Mauricio Amati and Ugo Tucci. Mostly Italian cast. Cinematography by Alberto Spagnoli, good pasta. Edited by Gianfranco Amucci. Music by Guido Maurizio De Angelis. Production company Utah Productions, Horizon Productions. Distributed by Variety Distribution. Released in Italy in 81 and March 5th in 82 USA. Running time 87 minutes in the USA box office. Again, $18 million. Now, in this one, and this is a shout out to my good friend Evan Laviolette from Charlotte, while windsurfing near the seaside community of Port Harbor, a young man is killed by a giant great white shark. Horror author Peter Benton and professional shark hunter Ron Hamer realize the truth, but ambitious mayor William Wells refuses to accept that a shark threat exists. Hint, hint. Fearing that a canceled windsurfing regatta would derail his campaign to become state governor. Wells has shark nets installed, but the sounds of teenagers splashing in the surf leads the shark to rip through the nets. The next day, the shark plows through the windsurfers, knocking them off their boards before targeting the mayor's aide and eating them. Wells can no longer hide the truth, and Benton and Hamer head out to sea, planning to feed the shark dynamite and cause it to explode. However, the shark traps them in a cave, and the men have to use their dynamite just to escape. Where they found a cave underwater, we don't know. Now, meanwhile, Benton's daughter, Jenny, and some of her friends head out on the yacht, armed with some steak and a shotgun, intending to shoot the shark. Instead, its powerful bites on the bait knock Jenny into the water. Her friends pull her back on board, but the shark bites off one of her legs in the process. Mayor Wells' son was one of the friends she went out with, and Benton blames her for her injury. Determined to do something right, Wells sets out on a helicopter armed with a stake, apparently intending to hoist the shark in the air and suffocate it. But the shark is too powerful. When it bites into the stake dangling from a winch, it shakes the copter and knocks Wells into the sea. The shark then bites him in half before lunging into the helicopter, dragging out to sea. Now, you see the parallels between both movies now. A lot of taking parts of part 1 and part 2 of Jaws. Now, Benton and Harper go back out to blow up the shark. After an argument, Benton agrees to allow Hamer to be the one to go down with the dynamite strapped into a belt around his waist. Thinking the shark might be hiding in a drowned helicopter, Hamer investigates it. The shark sneaks up on him and attacks, and despite Benton's attempts to save him, Hamer becomes wrapped up in a line and is towed to death by the shark. Meanwhile, a shark hunter chains some spare ribs to the side of a dock. The hunter, a TV news cameraman, and some spectators go stand at the dock when the shark takes the ribs, towing the dock out in the ocean. Suddenly, the shark begins to attack the dock, knocking the people in the water and eating the shark hunter and TV cameraman. Benton arrives and rescues the other people, but gets trapped in the dock when a shark arrives to drag it further out to sea. Hamer's corpse floats by, and Benson feeds it to the shark. Got to promote recycling in the water. Realizing he has a detonator in his hand, Benton leaps into the ocean and flips a switch, detonating the dynamite and blowing the shark's head off. Back in shore, Benton is approached by TV reporter Bob Martin for comment. Benton then punches Martin, gets in the car, and drives away. Well done. Well done on. James Franciscus played Peter Benton, Vic Moore, Ron Hammer, and mostly Italian cast. Now, like we said before, Universal Pictures attempted to block the distribution by Film Ventures before its U.S. premiere on March 5th, 1982, but a request was denied in U.S. District Court. However, about a month after release, when it already got $18 million, it The release was stopped. Now, this is kind of weird how it goes about. Now, federal judge David V. Kenyon ruled the film was too similar to Jaws, and The Last Shark was again pulled from the theaters. You might say 1 and 2 and a little bit of Orca. The film was released as Great White in the States and Shark in the UK. The film also enjoyed a good response in Italy, where it became the 72nd highest grossing film of the 81 season. Now, on March 5th, 2013, Retrovision Entertainment released the film on DVD, marking the film's first ever official home release in the States. The film featured a restored print, and the DVD's bonus features include a short documentary, Great White, The Legacy 30 Years Later, and rare theatrical trailers. The DVD was Region Zero, limited to only 500 copies, and only could be purchased online. A version of the movie with riff tracks commentary was made available on June 17, 2016. Now, on October 15, 2019, both Beat Records Company and Edizioni Cabin released the film soundtrack by Guido and Maurizio De Angelis and Yvonne Wilkins on compact disc and vinyl for the first time in 38 years. The CD version includes a 12-page booklet and tracks that were never used in the film, and the vinyl version was pressed on 180-gram vinyl and includes an illustrated journal sleeve. The release was limited to 500 copies on CD, 400 on standard vinyl, and 100 on colored vinyl. Now, of the film, the Monthly Film Bulletin stated that its only interest in amusement is the way it is solemnly transcribed from Jaws. The Boston Globes commented negatively on the special effects, stating that the film obviously cuts between Vic Morrow and a shot of a shark in an aquarium, and that the shark in question occasionally resembles a Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade balloon. Now, following the financial success of the film, Enzo Castellari considered making a sequel, but ultimately demurred after Mechanical Shark was damaged following shooting of the first movie. Now, scenes from The Great White were incorporated in the 1995 Italian shark movie Cruel Jaws, which also utilized footage from Jaws. The movie Deep Blood also used a lot of footage from this movie, including the oddly shaped balloon shark model. So again, I've never seen this movie, nor do I want to, but it takes a movie like this, where we're trying to make James Franciscus into a big screen box office star, and Vic Morrow as well. But of course, you know what happened with Vic Morrow. The next big job he did obviously got killed in Twilight Zone filming. So bad luck all around. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the story about The Last Shark, or Great White, that made $18 million in 1982 in 1 month. Due to rough math, it would have been the biggest box office of the year. It was making upwards of $4 to $5 million a week. So maybe people thought it was the Jaws sequel. I don't know. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what we're doing here, give us a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And don't forget, James Franciscus coverage we've covered him very much on this channel. And, I'm going to continue to do it, because the poor man's Robert Redford needs as much what he call support. He was a good actor, but like I said, there was only could be one Robert Redford, and he wasn't that. Thanks for listening. Bye.